Okay guys, I wanted just to break down the biomechanics of resistance exercises. I'm doing it for a couple reasons, but the primary one is now that everybody's having to train at home, they're having to come up with other ways they wouldn't normally train. So this is just the first section of it, and I'll break it down, each one of these in an individual video tutorial. So the very first one that we're going to break down today is isometric. That's basically a static movement. And on that static movement, it's just literally the joint does not actually go through a range of motion. It stays in one particular range of motion and you are contracting that muscle. So if you were doing something like that at home, you'd have to find an object that basically you know cannot be moved with your power. But you could also do something as simple as, like, let's say a curl. So if my arm was at 90 degrees, which every primary muscle in the body is pretty much a third lever, and typically third levers have a strength curve, and 90 degrees is typically about where that strength curve lies. So if I was making a contraction and that angle's not moving and I'm contracting, that would be an isometric movement. Bruce Lee actually did a ton of isometric exercises. He had you know what, I'll post something up for it, but it was super simple. It was basically an eye bolt with a piece of board. He stepped on it with a chain and then had a bar. I don't know if it makes any sense, but I'll actually show y'all in a little deal separately about it. But anyway, isometric exercises can actually create hypertrophy. They do plateau sooner than most other exercises due to the fact of you are staying in the same range of motion. But if you are breaking down an exercise program for just isometric movements, you would start with, and I'll use just the arm as a good example when it comes to a curl, is if this was my locking position right here, then I want about 3 inches above that, and I'm creating as much contraction as possible. And then I'll do a round of 8 to 12 seconds for that. Then I'll do a round of 8 to 12 seconds for here, and then I'll do just about 3 seconds. If this is my closed position, right about here, 3 inches away from my shortest contraction in my bicep is the other one that I'll do. And so basically that will give you 3 exercises to do at 8 to 12 seconds for each. Man, I'm telling you, if you put as much force as you can into it, it is actually a pretty decent workout. You will sweat. It sounds silly, but if you haven't done it, you should try it. So basically that's the gist for our isometrics. Thanks for watching.